Okay, right. I've just brought in, this is my fifth now. I only want five. In the bit I'm doing, I just want the five. So I picked this one. Well, let's call it the birdhouse, yeah? So number one, I brought it in. It's not central to me. I bring it in. It's a PDF. I bring it in my graphics mode, and then go back to my embroidery mode. Boom, there it is. First thing I'm gonna do. Oh, where's me mouse? Because it was over there. Right, oop off because I don't want that. Right, pick this up. Yeah, very nice layout. Come down, auto center. It's slightly moved. See the square? It's gonna move. Hit enter. Boom, it's going to go over there. So now I know it's centralised. Next thing I'm going to do is hit naught, so I got it in the middle and it's brought it up full screen for me. Then I'm going to click on it and I'm going to right click on the symbol that says to me that it's a picture and say lock, because I don't want it to move any further now. I don't want it to move. That's it. Now this one is quite complicated, and this is one I'm quite interested to get into because we've got birds that we can do. We're not going to do a applique on them. We've got a post that we can do. I probably will applique that. We've got a birdhouse, and then we've got a roof. And we got a bird, which I will embroider, and we got some Bonnet Sue. And now, this time, she's wearing quite a bit of garments. I mean, she's wearing an underlying dress, she's wearing a pinny, and she's wearing what I would consider to be a lacy bit around the side. So there's quite a lot. And then she's got a puff sleeve. She's got a bow on her hat as well. There's quite a lot to work with here, to be honest with you. So I'm like, yeah, this is a good one. So now I am going to save this. I've sended it, so I'm going to save it. It's going to come up and say to me, well, what do you want to save it as? And I'm going to go, well, I'm in some Bonnet Sue, and I'm going to save this as Birdhouse. Just Bird Sue, alright, because I know what that means. So I'm going to go, yeah. So before I even started on it, my EMB file, my master file, I have saved as Bird Sue. That's the first thing. Now I'm going to hit save on this because I always do in the beginning so that I know that it's saved to my video program. Right, so now I got it up and running again. Where do we start? Oh, so many places. We could start with the birdhouse, we could start with the woman, we could start with the birds. Where do we start on this? And let me think. Now, as I said to you before, I always best press my material. So oh, my dogs are going to bark now. They've seen a fox out the back, even though it's like 20 past 1 in the morning. They've seen some movement out the back, so you can probably hear my dogs barking. However, so back to what we're doing. As you can see, when I crop something and bring it in, I try and make sure that the distance between the top is equal to the distance at the bottom, so that, and the difference from the side, this is my widest point, the difference from the side is quite equal to the difference from that side, which helps me crop it so that it is equidistant in a picture, although we get rid of the picture, but it starts off in its best vein, if you like. So now where do we start? Oh, I've got a quite complex picture. So what is under what? What is actually under what? Well, yeah, but we can do it. We can do it in a little bit of a different way this time. I mean, you could say, you could look at it and you could say, well, hang on a minute, this pinafore is quite big, yeah, but that pinafore has to be over the top of this outer dress. But the dress doesn't have to go all the way around. It can be partial appliqued and therefore partially laid down, right? Okay, after that, then you've got, well, if you do that bit as a white pin, well, I am thinking a white penny, we can do this as a bit of a white lace stack. There's lots and lots of opinions, lots and lots of ways that you could do this. So I'm going to work now as economically as I can with fabric, because I don't want so many things overtopping one or another. This time I'm going to work the way I want to work and the way that I know that works. Okay, so we're getting a bit more involved and we are going to up our game a little tiny bit. Okay, so having had a little bit of a look at it, I'm thinking, oh, do you know what I don't like? Because I haven't drawn this. This is just like a picture book, you know, out of a comic book or what have you. But can you see, whoever's drawn this has drawn this stand that it's not even equal this side to that side. So, you know, it would almost be as if somebody built this birdhouse. They, like, couldn't centre it up. Right, I don't know. And then even the roof part of it, because here we go. This is me. I am a little bit, what's the word for? Oh, I don't know. A little bit, you know, need to have things centralised and what have you. But when you look at this roof, it's not even central on the roof, right? So I'm a little bit disappointed. Whoever drew this did it, in my mind, in a, you know, and I'm being funny. Look at it real. Let's bring it up, yeah. That side is not equal to that side. This is not a square. Yeah, so if you're cutting a piece of wood, surely to God, that should be square. It's not, is it? It's an angle. You know, yeah, so I am a bit sort of like, I want things to be right, but I didn't draw it, so what have I got to do? Have I got to do what he did, or have I got to do, even so, I know, it could drive you mad. It could, let me think. Let's put no on. Let's press B on the keyboard so I can bring this up and show you. Now, even the base of this stand, you know, if I was a carpenter, why is that wider than that? Shouldn't it be the same? Shouldn't it be the same? It's not, is it? You know, what do they call it? COPD? I can't, no, that's your lungs. What is it? It's like, when you want it to be right, and it certainly isn't right, and it's, you know, it's, well, what is this? This is artistic license, but it's not right, is it? If I built a birdhouse, I'd make sure the bloody thing was straight. Anyway, here I go, and that's how I go. That's my say-so, and if, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? Before I even ready start, I'm like, are you sure? I look at the birds, and I'm being funny, I look at the birds, I look at where the eye is on this one, look where the eye is on that one, that's not even in the right place, yeah? And then I look at the eye on that one, and I go, well, that's, you know, no, that's not even right. This is just me and my own dysfunction, is I look at things and say, well, whoever drew this in the first place, well, if he drew it for me, they'd have to do it again, because that's crap. But that's me, right? Yeah, I am hoping that whoever is watching me and following me is a bit more forgiving than I am. I'll be putting that right, trust me. But this is how it is. This is the picture. This is how it is. And I do have, like, you know, I want it to be right. And also, I would put out to you, given the pictures that we've done before, and I know you might think, oh, this is nuts, but given the pictures that we've done before, yeah, look at the shape of a hat. That is not the shape of some Bonnet Sue hat in previous ones that we've done. Look at the dress, the overall dress. That is not the shape. It's not got the angular lines of the shape that we did in previous ones. Yeah? There's no hand on this one where the bird is perched on a hand. It's not as perched on the sleeve. There's no hand on this one this time. Yeah? There's no her foot. There's nothing that is underneath the dress on this one. Yeah? It's completely different. It's almost as if they've brought in a different artist and said, oh, draw some Bonnet Sue, and you'd never known what some Bonnet Sue, and do whatever you like, because this one does not mimic the ones that we previously done. Anyway, I've had my say, I've had my go, and that's how I feel. So I've had my go and I've had my say and my complaint, so what can we do? Again, this is going to fit in an 8" by, let me think, no. That's 4. I don't know what this is going to fit in actually. This is a bit bigger. I don't know, but you know, the first one we did, I had to do in a GR hoop, which was 11 by 7, 11 by 8. So who knows what this is going to figure out now. It's a little bit bigger, so we're just going to start and do what we can. So what is the first thing that is underneath is this dress, but I am not going to waste my space my time in well, no, the first thing actually is the foot that's going to be underneath, or maybe not, because this time they're giving us the option of not doing it underneath, but I think we will. So pick up 26 flesh colour, go to applique, yeah, just type applique. We've got the 26 down here, which is my flesh tone. Press B on the keyboard, boom boom boom, bring that up nice and big so I know where I am. I'm over 300%, that suits me, and I can start to digitize. And this time I will go from that line nicely, trying to keep it central to that line, and across. Yeah, stop, no, back it, I missed that line there. Back it and hit enter, and that starts. Oh, do you know what we didn't do? You know what we didn't do this time? Yay! So pick it up, my bad, pre-cut, zigzag, none, satin, no, blanket, yes. Now you see how it changes, but now I don't want 1.5. Can you see, that's, to me, that's too invasive. I want 120, that's what I work with. I'm moving down to the widths. I don't want it to be that far spaced around. Well, let me just pick up that. I want that 0.080, that's what I want, and hit enter. Right, so now you can see I put it back to what I actually want it to be, thank God. Now it'll probably go revert back to the original, because I should have changed it before I did it, but that's my bad. Okay, so now what's the next thing? Let me think. I've done a foot in pink. What are we going to do? In flesh colour. What are we going to do now? We don't want to do all of it. I'm going to take, do you know what? I'm going to take, the next thing I'm going to do and lay down is, oh, I don't know what colour, and I may change my colour in a minute, but I'm going to take her base dress as being something darker, because that'll help me. Yeah, I'm going to go for a plum colour. I want it darker to show you I want the opposite of light. You know, I want a dark thing underneath, so I've got a light thing over the top, right? Now, if you were doing the whole thing, that's bad, because it would show through, but we're not going to be doing the whole thing, so we're going to start here, which again, oh, do you know, this is, they must have brought in a different artist here, because we don't need to do this line, because it's going to be covered up by the sleeve, so we can start here, and this time yeah, just try to applique, which should be yeah, we're gonna have to use a complete, sorry guys, I am gonna have to start here. Ooh, this is a bit nasty actually, and move around the outside part as we normally do. Left clicks on curves, right clicks on a corner, so you know we can move across this quite nicely. And when we get here, we can do a right click and follow this curve. Now when you're doing sculpt a curve that is kind of scalloped, yeah, if you hit a left curve in the middle and a right curve at the top, it'll follow. Left curve in the middle, right curve at the top, it will follow the scallop, yeah, if you can understand what I'm saying. Left click in the middle, right click at the top, left click in the middle, right click at the top. Now we've got to do some lefts to get around this curve. Right click in the middle, left click in the top, right click in the middle. Do you see how it's following? Left click at the top, right click in the middle. Now what do we want to do now? We're going to have to get under this sleeve to finish it off and hit enter. So, oh bloody hell, I did move. Yeah, you see, because I didn't do it in the first place, it's going to look at the second thing I do, and then no blanket. I made a mistake of not setting it in the first place. 120 and then 080. Yeah, it's it. Oh right, I've got it selected, you silly cow. Right, so is it no none blanket 1201, no 120, and then pick that up, 080, and then hit enter. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, so I'm just going back to see what that was. 120, 180, none. Yeah, so I did that correctly. Because I didn't set it before I started, it's reverting back to the pattern, the pattern colour, right? Now, so what are we going to do next? I gotta think about this now. Let me see. I've done the foot, I've done the majority thing. I've done the next thing that needs to be done is the pinafore. Now you can choose. It's kind of a pinafore, and I'm looking at it, I'm going to do a lace edge on this. So I'm looking at a pinafore and I'm thinking, I could do a cream coloured pinafore with a lace edge, or I could do a light lilac, yeah. So if I went to Digitized Applique and picked a light lilac, yeah, that's a bit, of course, what I have, look at this, pre-cut, and then that's the same. Now we're working together, so now I can bring it up nice and big. It's not that big, is it? Yeah, 400, that'll do me, because, have I lost the plot? That's the head, let's bring it down, yeah. Now I'll start here on a straight line. Curving round. I think lined up would look nice on top of this sort of like winey mouldy colour that I've used. Remember, at the end of the day, you're going to use whatever you got in your stash, yeah? You know, whatever you have as embroidery thread. within your stash. So yeah, I start there so that I can hit enter, move it back out. So now I've done a lilac kind of, this bit is going to be a lilac set down, yeah. What am I going to do next? Well, over the top now, you see that is over the top. Her arm is underneath. Yeah, her arm is actually, you see, the way this is drawn, and this is what drives me nuts, the way this is drawn, that the sleeve is greyed out here, which means her arm supersedes the sleeve. But it wouldn't, would it? If you were drawing a sleeve, the sleeve would be over the top of the arm. So this is back to front. This is what I'm saying. This is a bad drawing, and this is not like we've encountered before. I don't know who came in and did this, but this is not the same person who thought it through, because it's back to front. It's absolutely back to front. So I am going to pick up the flesh colour. This size applique, that's all the same over here. So now I'm going to go and digitise this arm. Yeah, I'm going to start here. Right, left, 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 left. I mean, you know, I'm trying to keep it spot on, but if it's not, it doesn't matter because nobody knows. So I'm going to do this around here and say, you know, I got to this, hit enter, right? Because, well, that'd be funny. Surely to God, anyone with a bit of sense would say, well, that puff sleeve is over the top of her arm. It's not underneath, it's just there. Oh, it's wrong. It's really wrong. And I can't emphasise enough. Sometimes you get drawings by people who don't actually know what the hell they're doing. I'm going to hit F9 here and save it because I need to bring it out and have a really good look. Well, I've studied it a bit more and decided, well, it's complete idiot here, but we have to go with what we got, right? Okay, so whereas I try and get things to work in a sensible order, I want to do this puff sleeve as mulberry, the same as the dress, but I'm having to do it after the purple and after the flesh tone because it's on top. Yeah, so there's no, we've already discussed that that's crap being underneath the arm. So at the end of the day, this is how we've got to go. So, okay, I'm going to now pick up mulberry. Oh, whoops, wrong, mulberry. This size applique. Check my stitches over here. Yeah, they're all the same. So now I'm going to bring that up nice and big. Whoops, for me. And say, well, yeah, we're going to have to do it. So where is it? Here. And start. As you know, even though I'm now working at 410%, as you work and trying to keep in the centre of the line to keep, you know, it focused. And I am going across the arm, around the corners, and saying, well, it started there, hit enter, and that's mulberry. Okay, I'm going to come out and say, well, I got mulberry, purple, flesh, and then back to mulberry, and that really annoys me. I mean, they're reporting this as being, you know, a applique stitch out, and to me, they've now blown me out of the water because I got to change my threads so many times because one is overlapping the other. However, that's how we go. Now I have got yeah. Oh, I've just seen something I should have done before. Right, okay, so we've now done, perhaps let's go and do the hat. What colour? Mulberry, lilac, what colour? Well, let's keep her in tone this time and see where we go. And I'll say, okay, then lilac hat. So I got lilac in the corner over here. I have not saved this, have I? Let's go save. it's not asking me what as, so I must have saved it as birdhouse before. So save, right? And let's go just like applique, everything the same over here. I picked up the lilac that I was using for a pinny. This is how I say to you about trying to bring things together and keep things as composite as you can. Like, you know, you're making a picture, so you don't want thousands of colours, you know, you want things, it's about the same as if you were picking an outfit to wear. Well, then you would want things to match what you know, your dress. Well, then you would want your accessories to match, wouldn't you? So I'm just saying, well, I'm accessorising her now, so it makes a composite picture. So there we are with the lilac hat. Now, obviously, having made a lilac hat, and we had to do that first, I maybe I'll change a few things up. The next thing I'm going to say, well, I want it to have, well, in this case, a mulberry bow. So I say, well, we're all on the same thing now. Let's change to mulberry in the corner, and bring it up bigger. Find what I want. Where are you, loves? Yeah, and say, oh, a bit bigger than that. I'm going to start here straight, and I am gonna still give her a rounded corners to the bow. Yeah. Doing my best. There I am. So let's bring that out. So now I've given her a mulberry bow that matches the rest of her, haven't I? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to hit save again. So I knew where I am. So I've done the little girl's dress. Aside from, I haven't done that flange embroidery, which I am going to come back to. Okay? I am going to come back to that. So, but at the moment I'm working on applique, so let's get the applique down before we do anything else. Okay, but I am going to take, oh, hang on, press 0, get it back out big size. I'm going to take a view that actually, when I did the mulberry dress, which is here, I could have done the hat, and if I bring that up, so I got two lilacs together, one after another. Yeah, that doesn't change. What's this? That's, well, hopefully that's a flesh coloured foot. That changed, but anyway, the lilac bits I can actually lay down together, so that's good. So I'm going to hit save on that as well now. So because those two can be put down one after another without affecting anything else. I still got a flesh arm. I got a flesh foot and a flesh arm. Actually, because I'm going to move that down. Yeah? Because they're not impeding each other, I'm starting with mulberry. Then I go lilac, then I go lilac. Then I go flesh, and then I do lilac. But what if I can't do lilac first? But what if I move that lilac down to that lilac? Sorry, that mulberry down to that lilac. No, it doesn't change anything. That's good. I could do that. And then I got 3 mulberries. So you've got to think about it. You've got to think about your order. Boom, boom. The foot doesn't matter. The arm needs to go down. Then the mulberry, then the mulberry, then the mulberry. Yeah, that's working for me. You've got to think about what you're doing, okay? Really got to think about what you're doing. This bit I want to do lace, and that's going to be embroidery, so not thinking about it at the moment. So that's all good. Now, let's move over to this birdhouse, yeah? Woo, woo, woo. They're quite big bits, and I think the only bit, I could do one the other and one the, not sure, yeah? So, I am going to start with the underneath part, yay. So, not make it big, and then B on my keyboard to make it even bigger. What I want, that's what I really want. First thing that's got to go down is the leg. All right, so I want this to be what I'm gonna digitize. I'm not gonna do this in an brochure. I'm gonna digitize it. So I'm gonna say, well, this is gonna be a dark brown to me, right? A dark brown. I don't know what fabric. I'm gonna have to find some, but I want a dark brown fabric. So even though I don't like how it is, I am gonna have to start and I'm going to try and use straight lines, and I don't know whether you can see this, but no, backspace, didn't quite get that right. I am actually straightening it up as I go, and I'm coming down straight lines. I'm not using curves, using the right click, and I am just using straight lines. Hit enter, right? So, if I, so there's that, that's an applique, yeah? If I press B on my keyboard and bring that up nice and big, can you see I haven't actually conformed to the drawing underneath. I've actually straightened it up because that's how I want it, you know. That's how I am, and that's how I wanted it. This is a little longer than that side, but it's not too far out, and that's how I want it. That's what I want to do. I don't know what fabric I'm going to use yet, but I'm going to use darker brown for that, and the next thing I'm going to do now, bring it up nice and big, press B on my keyboard, and I am going to bring up this outcy bit nice and big, and I'm going to say, well, I want a light brown now because I know which fabric I'm going to use now, and I'm going to digitize. Everything is the same, and I'm going to start here, and I'm going to come straight across it, and I'm using right clicks. There's no curves for me. Oh, I went too big. There are no curves for me at all. I am using straight lines. Hopefully I can enter, and that's my straight line on that. I like the fabric for that bit. And what should I do on top? Well, I'm using a black, dark brown again. What should I do? Oh no, I'm going to use a dark green actually. I've changed it dark green because if you like do a roof on a shed, or you do a roof something out the garden, it's like, you know, it's that like, I can't remember what they call it now, but it's like really rough dark green that is like a roofing specialist type of thing. So I'm using this dark green now. Again, no, I don't want, I'm not going to do digitize. I'm going to do digitize, not applique, and I'm going to say digitize close shape, yeah? Actually, right now, I'm going to introduce you to something else. Digitize blocks, okay? Now, when you digitize blocks, it means that you can be able to use stitch angles as you go. Alright? This is something entirely new that we've not broached before. So you may want to, I'll clap my hands so you can hear me. You may want to go and review, you know, and I will clap my hands when I first doing it. So you may want to go and review this again.